Hello friends and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're making chocolate pecan pie. So everything you see on my counter is what we're going to use to make this, with the exception of the fact that some people when they make this put bourbon into it. So if you wanted something with a little bit of a kick and a little bit of warmth to it, then you can add the bourbon. You don't even have to use that much of it. I mean, probably just a few tablespoons would do to make a really great taste. But otherwise, we're using what you see in front of us right here on this counter. Really, there's not that much going into it, but this is such a great, wonderful thing. So we're going to start off with 2 cups of nuts, which we're going to chop up into smaller pieces. Mine came in a package as halves, so I'm just actually trying to break them up a little bit. Not really a whole lot, but we just want to actually make them to a point where they're a little bit more manageable when they go into the pie shell. So go ahead and cut them up. And when we're getting ready to put these into the pie shell, just a reminder, we're using a 9-inch pie shell, which you can get the frozen kind from the store, or you can actually make your own crust if you want to. But we're just going to sit it out on the counter and let it thaw while everything else is being done in prep time for this. So before you actually start cutting up those nuts, you might want to go ahead, if you have a frozen pie shell, put it out, let it do its thing. But it has to be a 9-inch to hold everything that's going into this. So there's a lot of nuts here, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to put in with it. So we want to make sure that this is big enough to actually hold. You do not have to pre-bake that pie shell. It's going to be used straight out just after it's thawed. So just go ahead and set it to the side and then cut up the nuts. And then I have 2 blocks of almond bark chocolate, which I am basically taking and just kind of shaving some of it off, because I'm going to use this to put over top of the pie when it is done and cooled. But also I'm going to use it like when you cut your pieces, you put some whipped cream on top or whatever, and you wanted to actually put a little chocolate on top of that. There's some of it left over, so you can actually use it per serving. So I just go ahead and chop it up to begin with and just go ahead and set it to the side or keep it in the refrigerator until I need it. So just 2 blocks will do. Shave it out, just put enough on top of the pie at the end to cover it, and then the rest of it is for serving, just to put on top. So we're going to take that pie crust and we're going to dump the 2 cups of nuts into it that have already been chopped up, and everything from this point is going to get poured over top of this, but the nuts go in first and they sit there. So we have here our chocolate and our butter, and they are going to need to be melted in a microwave before we use them. So we need to make sure we get those melted up, and then we're going to get ready here to go with this. So we're going to start out with at least 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then we have our melted chocolate, which was 3/4 of a cup of melted chocolate chips, and go ahead and put those in there. And then once we get that in, we're going to bring in the 2 tablespoons of melted butter that we just did in the microwave as well. So that way these are in here and ready to go. But once they're in, we're going to mix this up a little bit, because we want to actually get them going, mixing together before we start adding other ingredients. Because the more you add to this, the stiffer it's going to get. And sometimes it gets to be, a chore to mix it up. Because I'm going to use a spatula to mix this whole thing with. So as we're going through, if you wanted to use a mixer, that's perfectly fine. I just like doing it this way. It's a little more hands-on. It's a little bit better for me. So go ahead and mix that in, and then we're going to add to this 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to mix that in. And just make sure that you pull in as much of this as you can each time we mix, just to make sure as we go along everything really gets incorporated. Now once this is all together, you're going to need at least a tablespoon unsweetened cocoa, and then we're going to mix that and get that going through. And the best thing is, when you get to the end of all of this stuff being mixed together, it's really just really incorporated. It's ready to go. You're ready to pour this over top of the nuts and go for this. At this point, you probably need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, because this is going to bake anywhere from like 45 to 55 minutes. So we just want to make sure that we have it heated in time. And we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar to this and mix again. And as we go along, as I said, the best thing about this is it's all being mixed up and ready to roll by the end of this to put on top of the pie. So the next thing you're going to need after this is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix that in. And then we're almost to the point where we have all the ingredients in here, because we're coming up on 3 large eggs and 3/4 of a cup of light corn syrup. And that's really what's going to be mixed in here, unless you wanted to put the bourbon in. So it's your choice if you want to use the bourbon. I think in a way it probably would give it a great taste, but as is, you don't need it. So go ahead and put your eggs in one at a time, and mix them through. Make sure you break open that yolk as you're doing it, and just keep adding them. But after the 3 large eggs, you do need 3/4 of a cup of light corn syrup. And I know a lot of people don't like using corn syrup, but it is kind of necessary to the recipe. If you can find a substitute and you want to use the substitute, go for it. But just go ahead and mix your eggs through, mix your light corn syrup through, and then once this is all mixed together, we're going to make sure this really thoroughly mixed. We're going to pour it over top of these nuts into the pie shell. So just keep stirring this up as you go. And the best thing about this is, once you get this mixed together, it's really kind of crazy, but it actually fits almost exactly into the pie shell. You might have a little bit left in the bottom of your bowl, but not much, which is really cool. So at least you don't waste anything when you're doing this. It really mixes well. So like I said, you got your eggs in there. We're going to add in that 3/4 cup of light corn syrup, and then we're going to pour it over top. Now, your oven needs to be heated up, so you might want to check that at this point, but if you haven't already, preheat to 350 degrees. And this is going to bake for, like I said, anywhere from 45 to 55 minutes. You need to check it along the way just to make sure that it doesn't get like overbaked, because usually I'd say around 50 minutes this is done. Mine took around like 51, 52 minutes, and you can tell when it's set up. Now, once we get this all mixed together, like I said, we're pouring this over top of the actual pie shell with the nuts in it, and just pour it till it goes all the way around the corners, everything. You get these nuts completely covered, and just keep pouring it in until you get as much in there as you can. Now, like I said, if there's a little left over, that's perfectly fine, but it should take pretty much all of what you had in the bowl, because you see that's pretty much all of mine there. Now, what you want to do is tap this, move it around a little bit to make sure that this chocolate mix is actually settling into the pie shell and going down underneath the nuts. So if you have to move a spatula around the top or something just to move them a little bit to make sure it goes down, that's perfectly fine. And then after we're done with this, it's going into the oven. And when it comes back, it'll look something like this. Now, you need to let this cool for at least a half an hour or so before you actually use some of that like chopped up chocolate on top of it. The chocolate doesn't have to be used, but I gotta tell you, it gives a really great taste when you put it on top of there. And you're not really putting a lot, you're just putting an even coating of it over top. And then, as I said, you're saving some of this. So when you cut this and put some Cool Whip on top of the slice, you can add some chocolate on top of it just to give it an extra taste, but also it's kind of cool looking. And I gotta tell you, this is such an amazing thing to eat, and I think that if you get a good taste of this, you're actually gonna like it, because it is really a wonderful treat for the holidays. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.